People are not afraid of AI. They are afraid of what AI might do to their life. Not the tool itself, not the software, not the chatbot. They are afraid of uncertainty. They are afraid of becoming replaceable. They are afraid of waking up one day and realizing the world has changed the rules. That feeling has a name now: AI anxiety. AI anxiety is rarely one emotion. It is usually a mix of job insecurity, performance pressure, technostress, and identity stress. A peer-reviewed paper in Frontiers in Psychology describes algorithmic anxiety as a compound experience, not a single fear, but several fears at once, especially when people feel technology is shaping work conditions and decisions around them. So if you have been feeling tense, distracted, or unusually irritated at work, you are not necessarily overreacting. You may be responding like a normal human nervous system in a rapidly changing environment. Here is the key point. Your nervous system does not speak in spreadsheets. It speaks in threat and safety. Job insecurity is not only an economic issue, it is a psychological threat. Organizational psychologist Mary Kay Schoss defines job insecurity as a perceived threat to the continuity and stability of employment as it is currently experienced. When the mind senses threat, it starts scanning. It asks, what will happen to me? Will I be safe? Will I still matter? And when it cannot answer, it does what it always does. It worries. There is evidence that this worry can show up physically. In a national survey study in South Korea, occupational health researchers Sujin Baek and colleagues found that higher automation anxiety was associated with sleep disturbance, and the association was especially strong among younger workers. So sometimes AI anxiety looks like this. You go to bed, but your mind stays at work. But the stress is not only about tasks, it is also about identity. Many people say, AI will take my job. Yet the deeper fear is, if I am not needed, who am I in this role? Because many of us were trained, quietly, to tie self-worth to productivity and dignity to performance. Then AI enters the room and productivity looks cheaper. And the mind says, something is wrong. This connects to what researchers call technostress. Information systems scholar Manu Tarafdar and colleagues describe technostress as the stress people experience due to their use of information systems, especially when change is constant and demands keep rising. Now add generative AI to that mix, and you get a new layer of pressure. A qualitative study in Frontiers in Artificial Intelligence by AI and workplace researchers, including M. Hugerman and colleagues, found that young professionals reported generative AI-specific stresses such as compliance ambiguity, data protection concerns, perceived dependency, worries about skill degradation, and doubts about reliability and controllability. At the same time, they also reported benefits such as learning opportunities and efficiency gains. So it is not simply AI is bad or AI is good. It is more like the mind is trying to digest a new relationship with work. That's why people can feel anxious even when they are doing fine. You are still employed. You are still delivering results, yet you feel pressure to prove you are not outdated. This creates a strange inner tension. You are not reacting to what is happening now. You are reacting to what might happen later. That is anxiety in its pure form. It is imagination without stability. Research consistently links job insecurity with psychological strain. For example, psychologists S. Menendez-Espina and colleagues reported that job insecurity is directly related to mental health impairment. And they examined how coping strategies can shape that relationship. So if your workplace is talking about AI transformation every week and your body feels tight, that makes sense. You are not weak. You are human. Now, let us shift perspective in a calmer way. The problem is not change. The problem is our grip. Work has always changed. Tools have always changed. Entire professions have always evolved. But the mind wants certainty, because certainty feels like control, and control feels like safety. Yet life does not work like that. The future of work is like a river. If you try to clutch the water and keep it still, the tighter you squeeze, the more it slips away. So the invitation is not to defeat AI. The invitation is to loosen the grip on the identity that says, I am only valuable if I am irreplaceable. Nobody is irreplaceable in tasks, but you are not replaceable in judgment, ethics, taste, leadership, and human relationship. Those are not just skills, those are ways of being. So what can you do with AI anxiety without pretending it is not real? First, name the fear precisely. Not AI is scary. Try, I am afraid my role will shrink. I am afraid I will lose status. I am afraid I cannot keep up. Precision reduces panic. Second, separate tasks from value. Write down the tasks in your job that can be automated. Then write down the outcomes you create that require trust, persuasion, and judgment. This helps your mind stop treating your whole identity like one line on a performance review. Third, build AI literacy gently. The generative AI Technostress study points toward AI literacy and clear organizational governance as buffers, not magic shields, buffers. Choose one small workflow. Learn one tool. Use it slowly. Let your confidence catch up to the change. Fourth, protect your sleep like it is part of your career strategy, because it is. Automation anxiety has been linked to sleep disturbance. If your sleep is breaking down, address that first. No plan works when your nervous system is exhausted. Fifth, ask for human-centered implementation at work. Anxiety rises when technology is imposed without voice and without clarity. If your company introduces AI, ask for training, clear policies, realistic timelines, and accountability. These things reduce uncertainty, and uncertainty is the fuel of anxiety. Let us end with something simple. The mind wants to turn the future of work into a competition between humans and machines. But the deeper reality is that it is a relationship. Relationships require boundaries, honesty, and self-respect. So when you feel AI anxiety, do not treat it like a personal defect. Treat it like a signal that you want stability, a signal that you want meaning, a signal that you want to know you will be okay as the world rearranges itself. And you will be okay. Because what you are is not a job title, not a function, not an output. You are the awareness that can learn, adapt, and create. And that is the one thing no tool can replace.